Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, back in EustonWall again. Favourite spot to be. Yeah, not really got much of a plan today. Thankfully there's a new set, so I'll probably check that out. But I do feel quite fatigued, fingertips very sore, skin's still really bad, so yeah, climbed a lot yesterday and did a gym session, so I'm quite tired today. But I'm gonna go on some easier climbs, probably on the new set, try out some stuff that I've not done before, and just see how I feel as the session goes on. I'm definitely going to do some slightly harder climbs, but I'll decide what I'm actually going to do when I'm on the walls, and based on kind of what I'm feeling when I'm on there. There's quite a few projects that I've got now, because the trouble with Euston and London climbing centres, they set so many good routes. But yeah, I've got quite a few that I'm very close to getting that I've not got, so I might revisit some of those. There's a few in here, there's a few at Vox East and elsewhere as well, but yeah, I might visit some of those depending on how my fingers are feeling. Otherwise it might be a bit of a lighter, more easier, more technical session. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm just going to go with the flow, see how we feel, get on the walls, and yeah, hope you enjoy this one. Cool, so just tape my fingers up, yeah, pretty heavily taped just to save the skin. I'm going to do some of the easier climbs on the new set, it looks quite cool. And then, knowing me, I'll get carried away and probably try some of the harder stuff. But yeah, there's some cool new sets. It's just this section that I'm in now, so I'm going to try them out today. And then yeah, just go with the flow, see what happens on the video. Okay, so just done quite a few warm-up climbs now, and I can't really say I feel very warm. I still feel a bit cold, feel a bit clunky, feel very slow and very tired. So yeah, I feel more tired than I do warm, which is not ideal, but it's going to move into something a bit more difficult, try and get the body working a bit harder. So I'm going to try this white V4 over here. It starts with 2 hands on the volume, so there's a hold on the volume here, there's one higher up as well, and you can just use the volumes below for feet. And then there's a cluster of holds in here, pretty big side pull, and yeah, up to a few little crimps, and then it's up to the top hold in the corner. So yeah, we'll try this one, see how we get on. Okay, just notice as well, you can probably barely see this, but there's a tiny foot chip here as well that I can use. Looking at it, I'm going to start left, right, and then left foot on, and kind of pull and lock off the right arm. A lot of weight through the left foot to come into one of the side pulls. I can change my right foot into here, maybe flag out to get a hand across and then the other hand up, and then from there, right foot on here, pull up to the side pull, foot on, up to the last. And there's also another hold here, you can probably barely see as well, tiny little foot chip, which I've only literally just now noticed, and that will help me balance when I match the top. So we'll see how we get on. Oh, so messy and horrible. You can just tell that I'm tired today and very clumsy on the wall. I'm glad I flashed it. Horribly inflexible. Trying to get my leg up, ended up kicking the yellow way low down rather than getting my foot onto the white, but managed to get on there. Don't know if that was the intended method. I'll have to watch the video back to see, but yeah, at least I managed to fight my way through it. But that was a bit of a struggle this morning. Okay, going to move on to this V5 now, the Wasp. These are my kind of favourite holds, if you like. Nice crimps. Starts with one hand here, and then the other hand is down here on this kind of slopey crimp. There's no feet other than volumes, so I'm thinking most likely left foot is going to be kind of on here to keep you balanced, maybe a little bit lower, but I'm thinking a little bit higher, to be honest, on this upper one. I'm thinking to cross my right hand underneath to this, to be pretty precise, so it's obviously blocked with these two holds, and then my left hand can come through, can walk my feet up this, and then it's up to this hold. I can use the foot hold on here, stand on that, up to the second last, and then it's going to be interesting. I believe I'm going to have to put my foot on this hold. It's going to be quite awkward standing on that to get up to the top. But yeah, give this one a go, see how we feel. Might be foot on this one actually. That just felt too, like I couldn't get enough pressure through the foot to hold that. I think it's going to be left foot on this one further, flagging low underneath, and then right hand left. That's what I'm looking at now. Oh, that's tricky. It's very tricky. I have to think about that. So just had a little rest and another think about it. Obviously what I'm trying to do is get as much weight through my feet as I can. And this is just such a steep angle. This one, it's very difficult to push down with your feet. You're always pushing into the volume, but I'm now thinking left foot probably on this hold instead, in here. And trying to put a lot of force through that. Keep me a bit more upright and should be easier to cross through, but I'll try that and see what happens. Tape just came off there. Thank you, mate. That's tough, yeah.
Do you want what I did?
I might think about it first, but I'll probably need it later. I did think from the ground that bit looks hard, because I did think from the ground that end looks difficult because there's no real feet, yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure what I need to do. I'm thinking it's like a heel on the third last, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I've been sitting around resting for quite a while and just trying to think about how to do the top. And I initially thought it might be a left heel on this, once my hands are there, to pull up to the last, but I'm now thinking I need to just push really hard on here with my left foot, so that I can then pull into the hold and then get my right foot straight into this once I'm up there. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm just going to give this section of the volume a brush, there's a little bit of chalk on it. But yeah, I think I basically need to walk my feet up higher than what I did last time. Left foot onto here, maybe right as well, or right down here. And then just pull and commit to the last one. Lock off to the left side, and then I should be able to get my foot on here and match. Oh my god, blimey. Getting onto that position on the wall is actually so much harder than it looked from the ground. My right foot just feels weak, it's not really I've not got it in the right position, I don't think. But yeah, committing up to that last move is really hard. I want to match the second last, but I don't know how to get my second hand yet. So I need to figure that out. Okay, I'm going to try the last couple moves in isolation this time. I'm just going to climb up the orange and get my 2 hands on this third last hold. And what I'm thinking is that I probably should be using this for a foot. I've not done that yet, but I think putting my foot here will make it much easier to go up to the second last. And also much easier to get my foot here rather than doing that kind of drop knee with my right, which is just pushing me out from the wall. That's why I keep slipping off. So I think I'm going to have 1 foot on the volume, 1 foot on this, move my hands across, move my left foot to here, come up, and then once I'm there I can look to then readjust back, change feet on this, and then it will be either a heel hook or pushing against the volume. But yeah, we'll try and figure that out when we get up there. Oh, that's just so awkward. Oh, I did think that was a little bit sketchy, but yeah. Need to sit and watch the footage back and try and think through what I'm falling up there. That's tough. Tough last move. Okay, I'm getting pretty tired on that black wasp now, or that V5 wasp, sorry, so I'm probably going to move on to something else this time. Maybe come back to that one later, but I'm going to go and try this V6 this time instead. Starts on here with a very small pinch on this hole. Not much to grab onto there. And then there is a big slopier hold here, but it's pretty well in cut on this side. There's a volume down here, a little hold here with nothing really there to hold on to, and then a big pinch on this side up to the top hold here. And I mean, on first appearance it looks really very difficult, but I get the feeling I'm going to have to use the wall over here, this arete. There's a volume on there. I think I'm going to have to get my weight across to here and then press between this hold and the wall to stand up to then come up to this hold. I can't see any way of going there straight up this way. So yeah, gonna have a few goes on this, probably fall off it a few times and then maybe figure it out, maybe not, but we'll see. Oh, I definitely think that's the way, but I need to get my body turned sooner somehow. Change feet on this maybe, and a little bit earlier. I kind of want to have my back in this area and my foot on this, so I need to figure out how to turn around on this and then go from there. So awkward. Body weight is so bunched together. I need to extend my right leg more so I can then stand up. It's just really awkward. Can't figure out when is the best time to turn round into this. Earlier, later, it's difficult to figure out. But yeah, I was just too low. not able to push hard enough with the right. And yeah, technique to get myself to stand up just wasn't, something's not right about it. That's so physical and tiring. It probably looks on camera like nothing's happening, but so exhausting. Just pushing constantly in both directions. Just need to get a little bit higher up there. I think my right foot on here is a little bit too low, but obviously it's the only one with an edge on the volume. I need to move up to the wall at some stage. But the concern is then slipping this way with the foot because I've not got enough pressure coming along this direction. So yeah, it's tough. I might come back to this one as well another time, try some other routes because I'm just getting really fatigued now. Okay, I'm going to move on now to a V5. Starts in here with one hand on this, and there's a volume here which is going to be pretty key, and there's also a little hold here which is kind of a giveaway of what I need to use that for, because the rest of the route is around here. There's a foothold here. Right hand starts on the volume, and then it's up to a crimp here. There's a foot there. Another side pulley crimp on this volume, and then there's more feet up the left. A couple of hand holds here, a hand hold up here, and then there's two holds right at the top. So yeah, it's quite a cool looking route, this one. Looking forward to getting stuck in. I think this one's where my flexibility limits me a lot as well, so it's going to be interesting because I kind of want to keep that toe locked and then come round to the right hand, but I'm struggling to stay anywhere near the wall when my toes on that one. That is so awkward for me. I might try it without that toe, see if I can do it in a different way. And try and get as much weight on that foot as I can. Body weight more around here, then just match the volume quickly. And then it'll be a case of trying to stop the bundle. But yeah, I think I've got a much better chance of doing it that way than the way I've been trying. Maybe with the brush the volume first. So it's definitely doable from there, but I need to figure out how to move to the volume. But yeah, if I can figure that bit out, then I should be able to do the rest. Oh, a little bit messy, but managed to figure it out when we got up there. Definitely did the end sequence wrong, but yeah, I kind of cheated at the start as well, so just glad to power through all of it. Yeah, glad I got that one. Okay, going to move on to another climb on the same wall now. It is this orange V6. Starts with one hand on this little crimp on the volume, and then the other one on this big hold here, which is a lot more of a jug. There's a hold here, and a foothold down there to start. And then there's a foothold here, like an underclean handhold crimp in here as well. And then this is a cool move up to this, locked crimp up here. There's another hold here, and then crimp on the side, and then the top hold at the top of there. And I think there's also a way to break the base from this one. I've just seen someone else do that, so I'm going to try and do it both ways, but I'll try and do it properly first, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so we're going to try it the intended way first, which means coming out to here and then going up into a cool move. It's going to be pressing down, and then it's almost like a human flag move kind of on this and this. So that's going to be cool. Then get back on the wall around the left and up to the top. So here we go. Ow! Just whacked my hand on, I think, the green hold. That was very sore, and that stopped me throwing up. So, yeah, as you can see, just cut my hand open a little bit on here. Yeah, a bit reckless, didn't feel that stable in that position, so yeah, that's why I wildly threw my arm and missed. So, I might try that move in isolation, try and find out how to do it a bit more statically. It's very difficult because this root is overhanging, so holding that body position is very difficult. But yeah, I'll give it another go and try and do it without cutting my hand open again. Okay, I'm just going to try that move in isolation where I fell off quite a few times. I don't think I'll get it first try. But yeah, I need to figure out exactly where I need to position my body. It's quite awkward, a lot through the tricep as well on the left arm. So it might be that I need to get a foot up to here and do a drop knee between these two. Might make it a little bit easier as well. But yeah, it's going to be tricky for me with my flexibility to get a foot on this also. So I'll just try and figure that out now. What makes it so tricky is this volume, pushing you so far out from the wall. I feel like I need to get higher above this hold sooner, but it's very tricky to do that with this being here, really pushing me away. If that wasn't there, it'd be a lot easier, that move. But yeah, that's much more difficult than it looks. So awkward. Trying to get more weight over my foot so there's less strain on the hands, but it's just very difficult to rock over all the way over here because then I'm more stretched for the arm, which makes it more difficult to balance. And this handhold is so low relative to the foot, and it's an undercling, so it's really difficult to get my weight there. Yeah, tricky one. Okay, I'm getting tired now as well, so I'm going to try and do the climb, but I'm going to try the beta break. I think it's probably a little bit easier that way. It's going to involve starting here, moving my right up, and then coming up to a left in this, and then getting my foot on the volume, locking off into the right, and then coming up into the undercling before going over the top. So it just skips this whole section, and I think the crux really of this route is that move. So also got some energy, try and get a bit of positivity, see if we can do the climb. If we do that, energy might go up again, and then I can just try that for the rest. But yeah, it's probably the last climb I'm going to try today because I'm pretty damn exhausted, and I also need to film another video today, otherwise I'm not going to have a video every day because I'm going away for a little while this weekend. So yeah, hopefully we'll get this one done with the beta break, and then yeah, also get it done the right way. But we'll see this way first. Wow. The guy that did it that way is obviously very, very strong. Yeah, didn't feel like I had the finger strength. I kind of piano matched in the end, which is always a bit risky. Putting a lot of force through one set of fingers. But yeah, I need to pull more with my right foot to get my hips over. And that's when the scary stuff comes, because if you slip when your hips are above that, you're in trouble. So yeah, might try it again in a sec, just after a little bit of a longer rest. Okay, just had a long rest. I'm going to try the beta break again. Yeah, it's going to need to pull a lot more with my right heel than what I was. Pulling really hard in here. And I might kind of bicycle my left on this eventually to rock the hips over. When the hips are over, I'll be able to get into this hold, and then from that I should be able to do the rest. So yeah, this is going to be the crux, doing it this way. So see how it goes, see if we can push through it. But yeah, quite fatigued now, so we shall see how we get on. Oh, that's so hard. So much further than it looks from the ground. Like I say, it's not the intended way of doing the route, but from the way someone made that look quite easy earlier, I thought that would be an easier option for me, but I actually don't think it is anymore. I might try one different climb, see if I can flash it, and then end the video after that. But yeah, maybe one of these V4s on here whilst I'm tired. See how we go. Okay, so I'm going to try this black V4 in the overhang now. Starts with one hand on this hold, quite a nice big hold, and then one hand down here on this crimp undercling. And there is a foothold here, nice big. It comes up to a little side pulley, somewhat in-cut hold as well, quite nice. On here, there's a volume you can use, and then a big pinch here. And then it looks like you've got to throw yourself up to the volume, just holding on to the volume itself. And then one last move up to the undercling at the finish, and there's a little foothold you can use to help you with that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually just decided this, I'm just going to have one go, all or nothing. Yeah, I'll be pretty disappointed if I don't send it, but it's going to force me to climb well, be precise, read the route and do it properly. So one last go, this V4, all or nothing, try and flash it. And yeah, if we flash it, then we'll be happy. So I'm just going to give the holds a brush to give myself the best chance. And yeah, I'll end the video after this regardless of what happens. Okay, this is it then, one take, all or nothing. Obviously starting here, right foot, and then I'm going to push up to the right, and then it could be a case of getting a heel on this just for balance to come up into the volume, and then from there I can match and come up to the pinch, probably match that. And then I'm going to stand up on the left foot, pull up to the volume, match the volume, right foot onto the foothold here, and then pull into the undercling. That's the plan. So see if we can execute it. Oh, wow. A bit harder than it looks. I think I must have done something wrong. Maybe should have used this as a foothold. Actually, in hindsight, I didn't see that. It's got quite a good edge on it. But yeah, that would have helped me push up to to the volume because I was, yeah, fighting hard with my hand. But yeah, like I said, that's the end. Bit of a disappointing end, but there we go. I'm gonna end the video here. Hope you enjoyed the video. I don't think I actually really climbed anything difficult today. I fell off everything that I tried that was hard. But yeah, from the start I felt clunky and slow, and I'm very fatigued today, so not too sort of disheartened by that. Tough session. I'm gonna end this video here, and I'm gonna go film another one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out loads. But most importantly, as always, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I'll see you in the next one.